Mother- we'll get going here in just a minute. I did one tonight. Honestly, I was exhausted this evening, and I fell asleep. I was going to do a few more, but I was just tired. Hope everybody had a good week. Weird freaking week for me today. This morning, we got about 2 inches of snow that melted off by noon. That's abnormal for us, but hey, what can you do? The weather is the weather. Nothing you can do to change it. When that snow hits, it's going to be there till it's not. Just kind of screwed up my whole day. It sounds like parts of the country are still getting pounded by winter. Weatherman says we're going to have spring next week, but it's going to be spring rains. Lots of rain. All right, guys, just take me a minute here, and then we'll pull some randoms. If we got enough here, we'll try live fill. If there's not, there's not. Not a big deal. Oh, man. Chris, I just saw your message right before I went live. I apologize. Like I said, I fell asleep. One of those days. When you work outside, the weather can absolutely destroy your day, make everything weird. Hopefully all you guys had a better week than I've had. Be happy when this one is over. Get to the weekend and do the same stuff I did for part of the week with the weather. All right, guys, that's all of it. Got it filled. Let's pull some randoms. Let's see what we can get going here. Okay, let me write the date on this or I'll forget. 2/26. 26, the last break of February. I'm going to see something real quick. My first break ever, it's probably the worst break in the history of breaks, was in February of 2021. Nope, I'm wrong. January 23rd, 2021 was my first break ever. So just slightly over 5 years ago. But 5 years ago tonight, it looks like I did a break with a football box of Gold Rush, a something baseball with Hit Parade, and baseball with RSA. Kind of fun to look back and see the way it used to be. That was in my office upstairs. Now I'm in the basement. My, how the world has changed. All right, guys, let's grab some randoms. Get this thing rolling. Let's pull a banger on the first one. If we can fill the second one, let's get another one there. There's my pen. It's in my pocket. Okay, first up in this one, we had Vlad. Shake it up. Got Taylor Swift going. With Indy, Vlad getting Houston. I did put out the last division today, my top fives. Jesse, San Francisco, Jacksonville. I realize that might not be too popular because my opinion, as a very average human being, might not mean much. Vlad, Philly, and the Giants. But I can tell you what, it was fun making those videos. I'm going to keep making them. How's it going, Thomas? Jesse, Kansas City, Arizona. I'm going to do everything under the sun. And if anybody saw, I got a new emblem today or logo. I learned how to use AI. Dave, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and Vegas. I didn't learn how to use AI, but Tennessee, Denver, and Carolina. I learned how to use AI, the minimum a human being can use AI. We got Al, Minnesota, Miami, Rams, and Bengals. Let's see, two. That feels like four. New Orleans, Buffalo, Atlanta, and the Chargers. New Orleans, Buffalo, Atlanta, and the Chargers. I find AI to be amazing, by the way. Chris B, Detroit, Tampa Bay. I realize I'm probably way behind a lot of you guys on my knowledge of AI, but I'm way behind most of you guys on my knowledge of computers. Elliot, Dallas, Washington. Bill, Jets, Bears, and Packers. Going to be Baltimore, Seattle, and New England. Baltimore in the Super Bowl there. Baltimore, Seattle, and New England. All right, guys. For this break, we've got Vlad with Indy and Houston. Jesse, San Francisco and Jacksonville. Vlad, Philly and the Giants. Jesse, KC and Arizona. Dave, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Vegas, Arizona, Tennessee, Denver. Wait, you didn't have Arizona. Dave had Cleveland, Tennessee, Pittsburgh, Denver, Vegas, and Carolina. I don't know why I went. Anyway. Al, Minnesota, New Orleans, Miami, Buffalo, Rams, Falcons, Bengals, and Chargers. Chris B, Detroit, Tampa Bay. Elliot, Dallas, Washington. Bill, Jets, Ravens, Bears, Seahawks, Packers, and Patriots. Thomas, you're stupid with technology too. I am too. I am so bad with it. Trying to learn a little bit. I made a couple TikToks. It was kind of fun. I just told a couple stories from work. If you haven't seen my TikTok, I'll tell you, it's about a guy I used to work with. I was trying to come up with top 5 list, and I was looking for the top 5 stupidest people. I don't know if it's stupidest or most stupid, so I kind of feel a little odd with, calling somebody that. But anyway, I was looking for the 5 stupidest people that I had ever worked with, and number 1 popped in my head first, and I actually couldn't think of the other ones because that one took the cake. I had a guy one time I worked with. You might have saw a TikTok. I don't care. But he told us this 5 times for this. Yeah, it's definitely because I'm old. But this guy called in and said he couldn't be at work until noon because on the way to work, oh wow, he had shit his pants. That's what he said. Okay. We're going 8 times tonight. Said he has shit his pants. And, I mean, gosh, you call into a group of guys and you tell them that you've done this, you're going to get made fun of. We all thought he was the biggest idiot we'd ever heard of, and everybody's laughing, ha ha ha, this guy. I'm not going to say his name. He shit his pants. And he said he had to take off work because it was bad. He had to clean out his truck, all this stuff. It was hilarious. Well, come to find out, he hadn't done it. He had actually got into a minor accident where he had accidentally hit a pedestrian who was fine. Pedestrian was not hurt. He somehow, in his heart of hearts, thought it was better to call. What the hell is going on with this? Thought it was better to say that he had shit his pants than to have been in a minor fender bender. So awesome. This is not working. Speaking of technological problems, it's not letting me copy all for some reason. It's making me do this. Stupid. There we go. But I made a TikTok where I told that story. I thought it was hilarious. I laughed so hard every time. Like me and the guys at work talk about it, we laugh like it's the funniest thing that's ever happened to anybody. Right? Oh my gosh. Let's see what this does. Man, this thing is. Little iPad's asking me to throw it across the floor. Did it get them all? And it went ahead and did exactly what I wanted it to do. Nice. All right, 8 times. Here we go. I don't know if any of you worked with anybody dumber than that, but I would love to hear the story if you have. I mean, if we're going with our stupidest coworkers right now, number 1 is a guy who shit his pants, claimed to have shit his pants rather than say he was in a car wreck. And it wasn't a company truck either. It was just his own vehicle. And number 8, we got box 77. I see it over there. Box 77. After I open this one, we'll do a live fill. It'll be a 1-boxer. It's 1 box Thursday. Box 77. I didn't. Yep, randoms even read them off. Good grief. $77. There we go. Alrighty. Good luck, fellas. Box 77. My face. Stay off. Let's see what we got. I've still got my top 5 board still in front of me. As you can see, if you've ever watched the videos, my eyes are darting back and forth to it because I have to write that down. No way I can remember my lines. Box 77. Ooh. It's a Charger. San Diego. Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers in this bad boy. Al's heating up. Let's see what you got, Al. I just showed you, but it's Beckett authenticated. Both earpieces are in. Got the face mask there. There it is, going into his second year. Last year's rookie for the Chargers. And Marion Hampton on the Charger. Nice hit, Al. Al taking helmet 1. All right, guys, we can do 1 or 2 live fills before I got to call it a night. So let me get it typed in before you claim. Remember, I'm a slow typer. There it is. If you want to grab a spot, grab it. When I started thinking about my stupidest coworkers, I realized there's a lot of stories that probably make me a stupid coworker to somebody. And I thought maybe I ought to tell those stories. And then I thought, nah, I'll keep those one to myself. Bill B, the Jets. Tyler, Cincinnati. Bill, Kansas City. Dave, Pittsburgh. Bill S, San Francisco. I did their top 5 today on a video. Dave, late on Kansas City. Johnny 5, Indy. The hardest top 5 I did was the Jets and the Elliott late on KC, Bill S, Dallas, the Jets, and the Cardinals. Wait, Bill S, what did I have? What did you have there? Dallas. Okay. The Jets and the Cardinals were difficult, man. Dave, Cleveland. Not because of their greatness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I forgot one. Dallas, Indy. Forgot San Fran. Yeah, the Jets and Cardinals. Picking top 5 there. I had to use a little bit of internet help. Bill S, Minnesota. Dave, Vegas. Mark, late on Cincy. Al, Tampa Bay, Rams, and Dolphins. Mark, Detroit. Vlad, Philly. Philly. And that's it. All right, guys, we got the Bears, the Packers, the Giants, Chargers, Falcons, Jags, Panthers, Cardinals, Patriots, Bills, Saints, Broncos, Ravens, Commanders, Titans, dropped it, and Seahawks. Those are the teams we have left. Big names in those. Chicago has an Urlacher. Got it. Dave, New Orleans. That fills us. Dave takes New Orleans for the fill. Thank you, Dave. My next top 5 list is going to be top 5 TV shows from my childhood that I think Netflix or Hulu should reboot. It might be a stupid list to you. It's probably stupid to me, but man, for some reason, I'm having fun with it. I was a kid in the 80s, watched a lot of TV. I was fat. What can you do? Bill B, the Jets, the Jags. Tyler, Cincinnati, Arizona. Bill S, Kansas City, Baltimore. Dave, Pittsburgh, Denver. Bill S, San Francisco, Atlanta. Johnny 5, Indy, Houston. Bill S, Dallas, Green Bay. Dave, Cleveland, Tennessee. Bill, Minnesota, Buffalo. Dave, Vegas, Chargers. Al, Tampa Bay, Rams and Dolphins. Giants, Patriots, and Bears. Mark, Detroit, Washington. Vlad, Philly, Carolina. And Dave, New Orleans, Seattle. All right, guys, we will try one more after this. We'll do it. We can try 3 on a Thursday. That'll be it. Bill B, Jets, Jags. Tyler, Cincy, Arizona. Bill S, Kansas City, Baltimore. Dave, Pittsburgh, Denver. Bill S, San Fran, Atlanta. Johnny 5, Indy, Houston. Bill S, Dallas, Green Bay. Dave, Cleveland, Denver. Bill S, Minnesota, Buffalo. Dave, Vegas and the Chargers. Al, Tampa Bay, the Giants, the Rams, the Patriots, the Dolphins, and the Bears. Mark, Detroit, Washington. Vlad, Philly, Carolina. And Dave closes up with New Orleans and got the world champion Seattle Seahawks. Had the Seahawks #1 player as Walter Jones. I can see my list. I had Seattle with Bobby Wagner, Cortez Kennedy, Steve Largent, Russell Wilson, and I made #1 for me, Walter Jones. It's my top 5 Seattle Seahawks. Let's see. Let's go 8 times. Get us a box. It's kind of surprised I didn't have Sean Alexander on there. Dave Craig. Dave Craig, nice. That takes me back to the Super Nintendo. Dave Craig was the quarterback on Seattle on Tecmo Super Bowl. We got box 183 or box 83, depending on what I got over there. Dave Craig. Man, I can't think of what was Mark McGuire's brother's name. Was it Dan? You remember that? Was it Dan McGuire was the quarterback for Seattle? 183. I know it was Mark McGuire's brother, but I can't remember if it was Dan McGuire. 183 is there. Kurt Warner. I remember Kurt Warner. Kurt Warner with a C, not a K. He's a running back. I had his, I can't remember what year, but his 1,000-yard club card for tops. All right, guys, box 183. Good luck. Like I said, we'll do one more and call it a night. If it fills. I don't want to get presumptuous. Gosh, this has been in there for a long, long time. San Francisco. The Niners. That was Bill S. I remember who this is, but I just got to make sure. I don't trust myself. I'm not as good as remembering these names as Al is. I think I might be older. My brain's slipping a little bit. Beckett authenticated both ear pads. It's exactly who I thought it was. There he is. The big tackle. Trent Williams. Nice hit. Bill. Trent Williams, San Francisco 49ers. All right, let me do some cutting and pasting to get this one in. You're welcome, Bill. Nice hit. There it is. Last one of the night. Grab a spot if you want it. It was Dan McGuire, Mark McGuire's brother. $16. All right, let's see what we got here. Johnny 5 is that Kansas City. I think that's Kansas City. I'm going to put that in as KC. If it's not, let me know. L is right beside the K, so that would make Bill, Mark, and Elliot late. Vlad, Indy. Dan McGuire. Jesus, Dan McGuire was bigger than Mark. Vlad, Indy, Tyler, Cincy. Man, that'd be crazy to be Mark McGuire and be the little brother. Bill, S, Dallas. Elliot, San Francisco. Said Dan McGuire was 6'8". Bill S, Minnesota. Wonder if he could hit the fastball. Mark, Detroit. Don't send until this one fills, guys. I'm not sure where we're at down there. Vlad, Pittsburgh. Bill S, Chicago. The Bears. Dave, Vegas. Oh, shit. Okay, I thought so. Johnny 5 was going for Kansas City. Bill S, the Jets. I am ready for baseball season, Thomas. All right, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots left. Don't send until this one fills. It might not get there. We've got Philly, Cleveland, New Orleans, Miami, Tampa Bay, and the Rams. Green Bay, New England, Carolina, the Chargers, Commanders, Seahawks, Giants, Falcons, Cardinals, Texans, Titans, Bills, Ravens, and Broncos, and the Jags. We've got a little work to do on this one. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots from the finish line. Let's see. New Orleans has a Drew Brees. Cleveland has shit. I can't remember if there's Myles Garrett still in there or not. Miami has a Dan Marino. Dave, Baltimore. 4 spots left. Give it a little time. Maybe we'll get there. Tyler, Miami. Elliot, the Browns. Dustin, Denver. There, 1 spot left, just like that. Dave, did you pin Cleveland earlier? Let me check. Minnesota, Dallas, Cincy, Kansas City. Did I jump you? Nope. I'm not seeing your Cleveland. Sorry about that. Oh, no, wait, there it is. It's right under Bill's Chicago. Sorry, Elliot. Dave did have Cleveland. My apologies. It did show up. It was up there. I scrolled by it twice, apparently. Sorry about that, Elliot. Let's see, Jets. Ravens, Dolphins, Browns, Broncos, and we got one spot left. I'm trying to remember what's in. There's a sap for that. That has an Aaron Donald. Green Bay. Gosh, who's in there? I can't remember who's in there for Green Bay right now. Don't remember New England. Arizona, I believe there's a Kurt Warner. Falcons, maybe a Jalen Walker. The Giants. God, I don't remember. Seattle, probably. We pulled a Largent. I might have put a Largent back in. I do not remember. Commanders, pulled Theismann last week. Probably a Riggins. The Chargers, there's a Ladd McConkey. Philly, I don't remember. Carolina, I don't remember. I know we pulled a few. There's Trevor Lawrence for Jacksonville. Buffalo, can't remember. Houston's got a CJ Stroud. All right, guys, one spot left. Let me get a box. Then we'll get this filled, get it pulled. Everybody go to bed, go to work in the morning. Although I think about half of you are in a different time zone than me. Dustin, Jacksonville. Perfect. Filled it up. We're closed. All right. 8 times. Let's see what we get. Man, I don't know if y'all saw. Monday, I got a Brett Favre drip from Al's Radke box. It was freaking awesome. Somehow I was quick enough to get Green Bay. That does not happen very often. 8. We're going with box 168. I can't see the 60s. Let's see. 60. Oh, my God. 68's there. I see it. My old eyes are working. Randomized 8 times. Box 168. Grief. Didn't wear my glasses this season. I did pull randoms, didn't I? I did not pull randoms. I was getting a box before it filled. All right, let's get some randoms. All righty, we had Johnny 5, Kansas City, Houston, Vlad, Indy, the Rams, Tyler, Cincinnati, Washington, Bill S, Dallas, Philly, Elliott, San Francisco, Arizona, Bill S, Minnesota, Tampa Bay. Oh, my fucking mic fell. Mark, Detroit, Chargers, Vlad, Pittsburgh, Tennessee, Bill, Chicago, Carolina, Dave, Vegas, Seattle, Bill, Jets, Bills, Dave, Baltimore, Atlanta, Tyler, Miami, Green Bay, Dave, Cleveland, the Giants, Dustin, Denver and Jacksonville to close, New England and New Orleans. New England and New Orleans, and we're going with box. I can't see if that says 68 now or 168. I gotta update my box numbers. $68. this. Box number 68. All right, folks, let's see what we get. Good luck. Last one of the night. Make it a banger. That's a banger. Broncos. Denver. Dustin. Second to last claim. I think you'll be happy. It's a classic speed Denver Broncos. Both earpieces are in there. It's Beckett authenticated. And he is number 1 on the Breaking Brad top 5 Denver Broncos of all time. Former Yankee farmhand, John Elway. Nice hit, Dustin. Elway's sneaking out. Been in there for a minute. That is awesome. I couldn't even remember if that was still in there. I kept saying I couldn't remember the Bronco. Nice hit. John Elway to close the night. We had a Marion Hampton, Trent Williams, and John Elway. All right, guys. I appreciate the fills. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I know I did. I should be back on Saturday if you have time. Want to watch something that might not be too easy to watch? Watch Breaking Brad's Top 5s. Yep, Mark, I appreciate it. All right, guys. Have a great Friday. Hope to see you back on Saturday.